If you care about beer, stay tuned. We're going deep. With the Eddy Pack Space Haze IPA Variety Pack.
That is it, yes.
Did it right, Rob.
Got it, Rob. Boom. Volume 3 of the Eddy Pack.
Hottest beers coming out.
Yeah.
The hottest pack.
Yeah, I mean, we hit you with some Easy, we hit you with some West Eddy, and then we bring 2 new guys to the table, only available in the 12-pack here.
LTO, limited time offer.
Limited time, yeah, it'll only be on the shelves for a little while. It is in stores, should be in stores, you know, in the next week.
Take 5 too, so now we're, how many beers in are we?
Take 5, yeah, when you do morning brews, 5 takes, you get about 4 beers in, so that adds to the...
And I appreciate you guys really sticking around for the full story. So we're gonna dive into these new beers that are coming out. The pack's in the stores, but sometimes I personally like to go deeper on this, and I want you guys that are interested to learn more about what we're doing. And I'm gonna let Andy dive into the beers because these beers are outstanding. It's literally next level. I called you right away after I had the EddyTron, and I was like, dude, this is fire. And I'd love for you to walk us through what you're doing on these new beers and bring us up to speed.
Yeah, so Grant Hoyer is a big piece of our team. He's the head brewer here over Iowa City, and he works with what we call the Steam Team. The brew crew, yeah. And so when they're building new beers like this, they're all working together, doing a bunch of sensory, trying to figure out what the target is, and then, you know, checking the beer along the way to make sure we get there. And EddyTron was one that I think we saw early on was like really shaping up nice. So.
Yeah. I'll take for a second. We're going to talk about both, but I want to dive into EddyTron first.
Yeah, so I mean, 8.3%. So you've got a nice base there.
It works.
It's smooth. It's got a nice mouthfeel to it. It's, you know, well-rounded beer. But we were really trying to drive home those neck-drawn hops, and so we built the right platform for it. And then we've got this device called the Max Loop.
Yeah.
It's like a hop recirculation device that we can use to get some really nice extraction of the hops. We threw all the neck-drawn in there, and then we spin it around with a pump to kind of really get the full expression of the hops.
So instead of just dry hopping from the top where it settles over the beer, this is more like, I want to say forced, but you're pushing the beer over the neck-drawn.
Yeah, and you know, there's just, when you throw it in the top, you kind of let gravity do its thing, you get some decent extraction, but you never know, it can be variable. The Max Loop allows you to make sure you're getting all the liquid through the hops and getting everything you can out of it.
So you're pulling in one part of the tank and recirculating through another part of the tank?
Exactly,
all right,
exactly.
Cool. That's awesome.
So, and then, you know, we usually we're tasting it while that's happening, right after it happens, and we could tell with the EddyTron, it was like, nailed it.
It's super good, man. It's one of the few beers, I mean, I don't do it all the time, but like when I try a new beer from Big Grove and I get really excited about it, I'll shoot like 10 texts out, but literally call Andy, I'm like, dude, this is fire. It's unbelievable. It's just next level beer, and I think there are those that are searching for like, hey, what's the next thing in IPA, or what's the next thing in Iowa beer, but national IPA beer, like this feels like the path. I mean, it's really good.
Yeah, and both of these beers are kind of representing some of the newer approaches to making IPA. And so, you know, the marketing is playing off of that a lot of kind of the future of IPA, but we've got a lot of new processes involved here, and I think the results are really fun.
And then you kind of, EddyTron's kind of like your big, bold, pop hop, like exciting beer.
Double IPA, everything you want and more. Yeah.
And then we go on to the Juicy Way, which is a thiolized hazy IPA, which if I was sitting at home on a phone or my computer and I said thiolized, I was like, what the hell is Matt talking about? Well, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna have Andy explain what it is, because it's a whole new concept. It's brand new cutting edge technology in beer, and it's like, it's next level because it's really hitting the hops in a totally different way through yeast, right?
Yeah, and it's changing the process completely, but the theory, what it is that the yeast is able to unlock some hop aromatics that are not available without this specific yeast strain.
Yeah.
So the thiolized yeast strain can basically, it's kind of enzymatic, but it's unlocking some hop compounds that we couldn't get to before.
Right.
Part of that process, we're adding hops to the mash tun, which is not a traditional spot where you add hops. We're putting hops in the mash tun to kind of feed into this whole thiolized process.
Do I need to be like the whole time so we don't tell people what your secrets are?
I mean, it's out there.
Like you got to do that.
It's definitely
it's a thing that exists.
Yeah, a lot of brewers are starting to dig into it.
Okay.
But we've been working with it, refining it, and I think, you know, we really dialed it in here. I think it came out really well.
And Juicy Way, is there anything specific you want people to look for pouring a thionized hazy IPA? I'm gonna say thiolized.
So yeah, I mean the thiolized process, it creates a very different aromatic profile. Like to me, it's really a saturated profile where like it unlocks so much of the aromatics. It's like it's huge. It's almost too much. Like we're talking about like, do we need to kind of dial it in because it's so much aromatics. So it's cool. But
I've never heard you say it's too much aromatics. That's weird. We do this a long time, buddy.
Yeah. But we use some fun new hops in there too. One called Jackson Ocho. That's there's Idaho 7. Jackson Ocho is kind of a little riff off of that. It's not the official name. It's kind of a playful name in the industry for people who have been messing with it. And then some Nelson Salvin, which is a pretty classic down under hop.
I think the thing for me is what we do with the Eddy Pack is we want people to experience the future or different ways to have IPAs. And I think that IPA is still the largest segment in craft beer, but what can we do different, right? And I think Easy Eddy was like this huge leap forward into like new territory. And that was 4 or 5 years ago.
Right.
And where's it gonna keep going? And of course, our focus is don't chase, the bright shiny thing, chase things that are real, make great beer, anchor it in great marketing and great team and great people and a great brand. But like, I think this is really doing an amazing job, and I just appreciate it, man. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun opportunity for the brew crew to kind of dig into some of the newer things that are happening in hops and making IPA, and I think we've played with some of these concepts, and now we've really gotten pretty good with them, I think, and so these beers turned out great. And
I go back sometimes. I think we do this a lot, right? We talk about our new beers, and it's exciting, but I like to anchor in craft, and I think craft beer, to me, it means it's made here. It's made locally. It's made in Iowa City. It's made in Des Moines. It's made in Solon. It's featured in Cedar Rapids. It's made by the people you see on these videos. It's made by the people that care about you and care about your community. And I can't go enough into like, this is art, and it's expressed in a glass and through a beverage. And you guys just do a killer job, man. So thanks to everybody who's involved, and I hope everybody gets a chance to enjoy these.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks, man.